Cheers! Hey, do buckaroos, how the heck are I am John the Beer Whisperer. Who else would I be, man? Anyways, hey, man. To know me is to love me. anyway, anyway, I digress. Hey, so I stopped at Show Me Brewing yesterday, and I had me a couple, 3 beers out there because, you know, what I do. But I hadn't been to Show Me for a while, and I love a Maibock, and I know Andy's passionate about both German beer styles. He's great with he loves Belgians. He loves specifically trouble talking there. I love saisons, but he also has an affinity for German beer styles. So when he does a style like a Maibock, I am interested. So usually I know you typically don't use a Belgian tulip for a Maibock, but it's the glass I had with their logo on it. Show Me Brewing. Let me show you that. On the back it says Missouri's Home Brewery Headquarters, and let me turn that around for you. But you know, they are so much more than that. I mean, they are a great local homebrew shop. In my personal opinion, they're the best homebrew shop in the area. But there's so much more than that. They have homebrew equipment, so you can come in there and brew beer. Andy's there to, you know, he'll either do the whole thing for you or kind of walk you through the process and let you do things. But they're also running, you know, I mean, it's a tap room, man. So they're running up to 12 taps. They typically have all 12 going. Yesterday when I went in there, though, they only had 11 going. They were one short, and one died as I was there, man. Anyways, but I digress. But I did get a growler of the Maibock to go to drink today, man. I've already had a glass, to be honest with you. I don't want to be clear. I've had 2 glasses from this growler already, because I did a live video. But I wanted to do a video for my YouTube channel here. I love the color. So that's a perfect color for a Maibock. A light copper, very clear, which is what the style should be. You should get a lot of clarity. Typically, a lot of bready malts. You might get caramel, various other notes. Typically, it has some herbal notes as well, especially in the finish and the nose. And that's what you get from this one. I do feel the caramel rather light in this, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I do feel a lot of those big bready malts coming through. Get a lot of the herbal hops on the nose. I didn't ask him specifically what he used for hops, because I just like, you know, I wanted that to be in my mind, man. Anyways, I digress. Actually, I had a glass earlier, and I said I wasn't getting a lot of caramel notes, but in that particular sip, I did get a lot of caramel notes. As it set, well, I've had it sitting out for a little bit, and it's sort of warm. It's probably at closer to the temperature it probably ought to be, so some of those notes are coming through a little better. But it's very bready, very herbal, and very clean, and that's what I love about it. I'm getting to, there was a time where this was my favorite style, and then, you know, things kind of blew up in a craft beer world, and things got crazy hoppy, and I was, oh man, I like that, I like that, I like that. But now it's kind of going full circle. You're starting to see more breweries doing maltier styles again. KC Beer Co., to name one, is concentrating on German beer style specifically, and you're seeing more breweries like that. Now, Show Me doesn't necessarily concentrate on German beer styles, but it's funny how Andy's the head brewer, and his forte really is Belgian beers, saisons to be more specific, and German. I mean, when he does a German beer style, it is on point. I had the rock beer at the brewery yesterday, and that beer was crazy good, because I had actually already ordered the Maibock. You know, I only brought 1 growler with me, and I thought, oh gosh, I might have got that one, but I really wanted the Maibock because I knew they were about the end of the keg for the Maibock, and I really wanted that one. But yeah, you know, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to drink 2 growlers today, so, but I considered it for a second there, going back and getting a second growler. Anyway, wow, this is good, though. I know my mind kind of wanders a little bit. That's one reason I don't like to call myself a beer reviewer, because I talk about a lot of things during my videos. People either like my irreverence or they don't. People aren't typically wishy-washy about me. They either like me or they really hate me. I'm just honest with whatever I'm talking about. But you know, I've mentioned this before though. Anytime I've got friends that say, "Well, I'm coming through town. What brewery should I hit?" And they always mention Mother. Some will mention Springfield Brewing Company. There's some that have opened up within the last few years. Some opened up recently. You know, we've got Lost Signal, Tie and Timber, 4x4 opened up just a couple months ago. Great Escape, and they're all doing great beers. And all I recommend for people to visit, but I always want them to visit Show Me because it is unique. They're only brewing 10 gallons at a time, and even though so basically almost everything's a one-off. There are some beers, some names that they bring back, but because of the way they're brewing, I mean, there's always some slight differences from batch to batch. And that's what I love about the place. If you truly are a craft beer lover, if you truly want to find something unique, if you're visiting Southwest Missouri, if you're coming through Springfield specifically, you've got to visit Show Me Brewing. There you go. There's my shameless plug. But it is true, man. They are doing great stuff. Andy, the head brewer out there, John and Julie, the owners out there. But Andy is John's son. And then they've got another kid out there brewing too. His name is John, a younger guy. It's funny, John seems to either like John's forte really is the hazier New England style IPA. However, he also seems to have an affinity for high ABV beers. He loves to do an imperial stout and he loves to do a barley wine. And everything he does, he knocks out the park. So, but what I like about it is that all the brewers bring a different perspective. Andy's the head brewer, but his dad John is all about the IPA. So John, you see IPAs that really come from John's brain. Even though Andy's doing the better portion of the brewing, anything Belgian, German comes from Andy. And if you see Moon Clouds or New England IPA or an Imperial Stout, it's probably going to come from young John. So there you go. I can't call him Little John because he's a big dude, man. Anyway, but I just and the other thing I love about the place is the people, the service. I mean, they always treat me like, you know. The treatment like I'm family, man. You walk in there and everybody's friendly. You're having a conversation, and it's just a great atmosphere to go in, especially if you're not sure. You know, I've been into some craft beer tap rooms where they're just downright unfriendly and pretentious, and this one is the other side of that. They're open, they're welcoming, and even if you're a newbie to the craft beer, they will walk you through the entire process. So there you go. The Maibock, Show Me Brewing. I am John the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, beer wisdom man. Cheese biscuits, that's good all around, good guy.